All right, Sumner County Commissioner Court come to order. It's 2:05 p.m. We have a budget workshop that was scheduled for 1 p.m. To discuss the 2023 budget. And yesterday we had a informal budget meeting between Aaron, his office, and me and Lauren, and Tommy hadn't to be here, so we met. And what I would like to propose is that we give that informal committee a little more time to work through the budget, to come back with some proposals, some cuts, proposed cuts. At the next workshop. Anything you don't want to talk about today, we can. One of the things we do need to discuss is pay increase. Because for elected officials, we have to start the process ASAP to get that done. One of the committee agreed on 2,500 across the board for everyone, all the way from bottom to the top. Which was that the 5%? Or
1.8 million is what it costs, right?
Yes.
Karen's got that down.
Yeah, 1.763.
Yeah, okay.
Did that equal to basically a 5% increase, or was it
It's more.
a little more?
5% on average would cause.
You told us 1.8, that's what last week.
Yeah, I was just running it kind of high. Just in
Okay.
case I was a little bit off.
And that's including benefits.
Yeah. But yeah, a 5% on average for each employee, they would get about $2,000.
So the proposal would be $2,500 per employee, including elected officials, straight all the way.
Going across. Now,
I mean, personally, I like the idea of doing a fixed number this time.
I do too.
We did percentage last time.
agree. The other thing we discussed was, I think the only ones that drive their personal vehicles and get paid a gas allowance or U4 guides and the sheriff. We talked about going up $300 a month on yours and the sheriff's. Oh.
I think sheriff is found one.
He gets 1,200, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And y'all get 900. We
We
talked
get
about going,
900.
moving y'all to 1,200 a month and then to 1,500 a month. I mean, he's countywide. You guys are pretty same.
That's right.
I mean, I put a lot of miles on my truck.
I know you do. A lot of miles.
So you're talking about adding 300?
Per month, per.
Commissioner and 300 for the sheriff.
You four guys, sheriff, and I think Aaron's the only other one that gets a gasoline allowance.
Transportation stipend, yeah, stipend.
So that would be, and what we got to post as far as elected official salaries, that would be.
What are we getting now a month?
900.
900, Billy.
Okay.
Is there anything else we discussed yesterday? I mean, we're going through everything line by line. We worked till 5:30 yesterday, so we got overtime.
Who was on your committee?
And Aaron, his two ladies, Lauren, and then Tommy, because Tommy was over here working already. So.
That blew it when you said Tommy.
Yeah, I asked the judge just this morning, I mean, with all the new facilities that we're adding. And I asked the judge, and I don't know, did Marina show you what you're supposed to? I don't know if our cleaning staff is gonna be sufficient for the number of new facilities that we're bringing online. I mean.
Well, I think we gotta get a facility on that.
Yeah.
Well, the West Side Complex is gonna be next year.
Yeah, well, it'll be maybe this year, okay.
Maybe.
And then,
I don't recall.
is she good?
I think she's good for now.
Okay.
Did we budget one more? Did she ask for one more?
Part-time.
A part-time. Fill in. Somebody's on vacation.
I don't know,
She's
and then
good.
have we made a decision? In which direction we're going with the cleaning crew that's under Mike? Because we was gonna pull them and do something with them, leave one with Mike, bring the other one over to your staff, and then add another one.
Well, keep in mind that with our latest changes on the buildings, we took the cleaning that was being done at New McLeod and I think maybe one other one. And we quit doing that on the side and we put it back on county time.
Right.
We put that on county time.
Right.
But, and so that's what I'm getting to. We need to, it's budget time now. If we're gonna, because Mike, I think Mike and them said they would keep Derek and he could do the supplies and deliver the supplies to where they needed to be and put Daisy under you. I'm just spitballing. I don't know if that's a fact.
No, we discussed it.
But I mean, we need
As
to
far
do
as
it
it went.
now. And then if we need to add one more and then split them up, because right now they're riding together for everything they do. And I don't know why. But I mean, we need to look at that now.
I think we write it out and see, you know,
Yeah.
we got to tighten up a little bit, so.
So on Jan, so total overall janitorial staff, including the commissioner, janitors, y'all have, it's all, that's 12, 13 people.
Yeah, I know my lady, I mean, she does all our buildings, she does the community building, she does 4 or 5 different buildings. And if we just put the Holston building on, and what we're doing now to help her, the lady that is at the library, when Wick and them were not there, she's coming over to help my lady some to help get stuff done quicker, and then she goes back to the library to finish up. So we're working to take care of all our buildings. over
Well,
there.
with those two in maintenance, you also got the west side building about to come on. That's
That's right.
be their responsibility.
To be whose maintenance?
Mhm. The community building.
Yeah.
Community building.
It would fall, hey, they're not overworked.
Okay.
Seriously, I think they can afford it.
No, and Derek,
I just
and
make
Derek
sure.
does, picks up supplies and those other stuff.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, let's
I think we leave it for now.
kick that can down the road for now.
Yeah,
Um,
12 million to cut.
so that's the other thing. I mean, there's a lot departments ask for new employees, large increases in pay. We ain't about $40. I mean, we're 12 million. Is that 12 million with the proposed tax rate decrease, but the increase in fund and revenue? Is that where we were yesterday? Got it over there.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
but it's not, it's not official this yet.
Not
That's
complete.
why I kind of.
It's proposed and it was just for working yesterday.
so what was that,
Do you have a
what
copy?
would that set the tax rate at?
So it's still not, it's not official.
No, I know it's not official.
They're still working on the effective
Yeah.
tax rate.
0.49.
So, yeah, current tax rate is 0.53. The rate we were looking at 0.49.
About 4 cents.
4.8.
And
About 4 cents, yes.
so you know, but you don't know what the effective tax rate is at this point yet.
I've got 0.44 to the effective. The voter, there's 2 rates to look at,
The no new tax rate.
0.44.
Do you have a copy of that print out for me?
I do,
But make sure you know it's working.
No, I think.
Yeah.
But draft across it,
Yeah, just print. it.
Aaron, whatever it is.
Please.
Me too.
And it's, you gotta be careful. You'll get a little confused. You'll get confused on it because they've changed it from the effective tax rate to no new revenue tax rate. Then the voter approval rate used to be the rollback rate
I put definition.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the voter approval, you,
is the rollback rate.
yes, the same
Now.
thing, it's rollback rate. And that would be basically allowing a 3%,
3.5% increase.
3.5%
But
increase.
also it could, you know, the worksheet, you also have this, it's called a unused increment rate. Basically, it's your your voter approval rate minus your adopted rate. And so you can bank that, the difference between that for 3 years, and then you can use it, and it does not affect your voter approval rate. So
We had some bank from last year,
there is.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
but do we need it this year?
Yes. We're 12 million in the hole in the budget.
I think.
Well, we ain't started
No,
making it realistic yet.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's, I mean, it's,
We're far from
we,
that.
we cannot approve everything or
Oh.
close everything that's been
What happened,
requested.
you two working on the committee to start looking at our pay scales around and trying to get figure out where some people are over and under and.
We probably won't get to that this budget cycle. We're probably gonna start that with airing them after this budget cycle.
Justin's great head of the
It's gonna take
committee.
a while to get all that worked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have it ready by next budget year.
Yeah, so just kind of. Justin, me and Justin been kind of been talking back and forth about how to do that, and so we're getting everyone's salaries, the titles, and he's also looking at their job titles and like what's actually in. Because an equipment operator one might be different from parks and road and bridge, different equipment, so that could change the price, and I don't know. So we're just kind of going through everything.
There's a lot of variables. I mean, there's so much
There's a
gray,
lot.
gray in county government. Yeah, that's what we got here. It's the same one we got here too, right?
It is. So yeah, on the top left side, just go through, that's your current tax rate. In collections. Bottom left is the new revenue rate. And then the slide to the bottom right, that's your total approval rate.
Wait a minute, you're too fast.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go slow there.
Okay, the stuff up here in the little square box.
Yeah, right on the top left.
Yeah.
That's the current tax rate with the current collections.
Karen,
So always do like a 98% collection rate, just to be more on the conservative side, but y'all definitely like more than that.
okay,
So on the bottom left side, that's your current certified values. And then those rates are going, that's gonna be your no new revenue rate.
the 0.4414.
0.441419, yes. And then
Hang on.
it's the rate and then the collections. And then the increase from last year's collections. So you slide to the bottom right, that's your voter approval rate, that's your 3.5% increase. Then if you see that 0.037873, that is your unused increment rate. And then the collections, so you can see how much that would bring in.
We had almost 4 cents.
Mhm.
Yeah, so last year, we had a decrease in our values. and
Right, and we also lowered our rate.
We left.
Well, about the same.
It was about the same, but because you could have gone up higher than you have, but we kept it the same, so.
Oh, and
Go ahead, Billy.
no, I was gonna say, your preliminary numbers using this 49.49, what would our revenue be?
Say it again,
You
Bill.
would
I'm sorry.
What's the revenue on that? That's what I
Using
want.
a point.
Yeah,
For that.
so in your road and bridge general fund, and if you included the unused increment rate. $53 million. And then your INS would be 8.7 million because you have bigger stuff, and then the school would be an additional $5 million.
So INS is going down with the new revenue. With the new increase in valuations. Correct?
Yes, and you're paying less than next year. About 9 this year.
So it's going down so you can do your tax note. And probably not increase INS any. From this year.
You know, what size tax note are you talking, Judge?
9.8 in it, Aaron, is all we can do. By the time you do you get $9.5 million. You gotta stay under $10 million to do the 7-year tax note.
53949 is your current tax rate. Okay, and in that tax note, Judge, you want to do vehicles and stuff like that?
Well, we agreed to 7-year payout as long as you can go on it. So Aaron and I agreed to, equipment and vehicles and equipment.
Another thing we need to look at too is start looking real hard and getting our facilities plan together. Think about what we gotta do and how we're gonna fund it. And I'd like to get a good update on where we are on the jail and the
P3.
how we're gonna pay for that, what's going on. There's bits and pieces here and there, but that's about it.
I agree with you.
We're going out for bids. We need to our keys going out.
Okay, so the jail, the women's jail, the bids are out now and we're waiting to get them back in on the 19th.
Bids?
Bids for the
the
women's
women's
jail.
jail?
This is for the women's to alter that building over there. The committee is still meeting and as of this morning, we're still waiting for some legal questions to be answered by Jeff and Kurt that Mr. Miller, Gregory Miller has asked. Gregory Miller is the lawyer that we brought on to help us from Baker's staff. And so we're still working on the verbiage for our RFQ for the P3. We still haven't set a date on that yet for the reissuing of the RFQ. But I feel strong in saying within a month, we should be ready to put something out.
If you don't mind, George,
Sure.
can you do an overview and send that to each one of us
We
individually?
probably got that.
So I can see where we're at.
So the committee is the one working on this. Tommy's on
Yeah,
the
we
committee.
get-
Tommy, the judge.
We'll get Dwayne to send that out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dwayne said
That,
committee.
I get, that's what I was gonna say. Let me get Dwayne to send it. I don't want to step on his toes. We're facilitating, but let me get him. Y'all have asked a question. I'm sure he'll get you something you want to look
No,
at.
he will.
Oh, no, yeah, it has to be individual. Yeah. Okay. But so that's where we are, Billy.
So HOK's plans are still not gonna be ready until the end of this year, right?
50% completion by the end of October, I think was the last we heard. And then we can go out for RFQs.
Or
All
RFPs
the-
after they finish that.
Second phase of the RFQ.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Are we in the RFQs now, not?
We're in the RFQ now to find the team that's gonna finance this P3. Okay, and the way ours is working right now, HO&K we've already spent money on HO&K on design.
Yeah,
And
about
they
$500,000.
should be, as the judge says, they should be somewhere along 50% on design by the end of October. It's what they're telling the committee.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering what the committee's being told, okay?
What Jeff told me.
That's right. So we are in a position to do our P3 to get our financing and use the design team that we have already started paying for 4 years back. Okay, and the design concept that we have.
So next court, we're planning on having HOK here again. And we can go, at that court, we can go through the RFQ process for the P3 and the whole works. We actually need to meet again.
So being a
Between
devil's
now and
advocate, we get this out and we put it out. We get pretty much the same response back we got last time. We basically don't have any choice. You know, we got a couple of respondents and neither one of them really look real good.
A couple of responded, one of them kind of fit the letter, the other one did not, and that's when we thought, hey, we didn't put the right message out. So that answers your question.
Well, I gotta admit, George, I'm nervous
Okay,
because,
so am I.
you know, we're passing our time frame and we're not gonna be able to get it on the November ballot. We can't go conventional route. We're gonna be forced into a P3. And then we're gonna have to pretty much take whatever deals we can get, the best deal,
But hopefully, we're gonna have several deals to look at.
but we don't know that. I know it's hopeful.
Well, we don't know it, but we've worked with AI, who the gurus and P3s and HOK and other folks to make sure we put out RFQ. that people want to put forward.
To be attracted to.
Yeah, Gregory Miller, the lawyer that we're using, has experience with P3s. So that's the comfort I have in that they brought in an expert that has that expertise. Hey, I went to one conference and we're doing a P3. Okay, I don't mind telling anybody that. Okay, and I'm trying to do this as legal and as we're going to do it legal, and that's my responsibility. So like I said, I'm making sure that we're dotting our i's, crossing our t's, but we're, like I said, it's not ready.
We 100% made up our mind. You yourself sat right there and said, let's go out for, because I was asking, I said, I want more information before I buy into a P3.
Right.
And you, pretty much like I've heard a politician say before, let's pass it so we can see what's in it. You pretty much said, let's get P3, let's get the quotes out there so we know what it's gonna look like. And I'm sitting here today, and we're running out of time, I still don't know what it's gonna look like.
I don't either with it.
I don't even got an idea.
With HOK already on board, this is not a conventional P3.
My point exactly.
This is not a conventional.
But I don't think that's gonna hurt, because folks are gonna look at it and say, oh, they're serious about this building going forward, because they've already put 5 million into the design of it.
Is that money?
I agree.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying we're doing something that's not been done before, that I guess.
Oh, no, they've been done all different.
Oh, oh, yeah.
I mean, you can-
Is that money-
HOK's done a lot of people.
is that money being, the money we've already invested in HOK? How does that come about on the P3? I mean,
I don't know that it's going to, it's gonna be, we're gonna do the design and everything else be done with P3.
Okay.
We budgeted the money, so that's how we're headed, that's where we're headed.
okay, where we at on the property and the road?
Lauren, the road, Corey's still working on, we got the information from Jeff on the, Hidalgo County, we did the same thing. We don't have many properties left.
The church and.
The church is disposed of, they're just.
That's
trying
my-
to-
I think we have 3 properties left. We have the church, which has been disposed of through the district court, but they're waiting to serve the writ to get them out of there. And then we have one that has several unknown heirs, and then waiting on one negotiating sale price still.
And that's it. Yeah, that one with the 40 on unknown heirs going to.
What did we get done with, Jerry Seafood in the corner?
We have not heard back.
And
Probably reached out yesterday.
to answer your question about what you just said, I agree. I said exactly that was a conventional P3 when I said that. Okay, since that time frame, 6-8 weeks ago, it's not a conventional P3 anymore. So we're trying to make sure they can legally do what we want them to do. Okay.
I'm just nervous.
What I mean,
I
Well, I don't- we are
have
too.
a choice. You know,
Me and Tommy's on the
I think
committee and we're
back
nervous.
against the wall, and we got 1 or 2 little choices to go with. You know, I just want to make sure we got the best deal. But, hey, don't get me wrong, I am not opposed to P3s whatsoever, but any of them, it really boils down to the fine print and what's in that contract and what it's going to go. I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
That you hit the nail on the head. It's what is finally written and everyone agrees to.
So.
Okay,
Best case scenario. Going out to bid when construction, when
and I'm just gonna repeat what HOK judge, and hold me to this if I'm wrong. November, getting drawings, and in March, being able to pick a team to start building, to start construction. That's what I heard from HOK judge.
Construction in
Is that
May,
pretty close? Tommy also?
Mike
Yeah.
Brown and Mike,
Okay, there you go.
I heard spring. So that's,
And again, best case scenario. Okay,
But we'll get them here next court. Lauren, make a note, we can let them know, please.
And I'm gonna say this one more time, I will not support or promote anything that I'm not 100% comfortable with, so.
well, and to add to that, Commissioner, the RFQ can't go out without my responsibility, without me, and I'm not gonna do it unless I am comfortable.
Yeah.
Just to let y'all know.
Okay, so, and we need to get Dwayne to give us an update on the P3 side. On next court, when HOK is here. And HOK, female facility and the deal. Okay. What the?
You're coming after me, Your Honor.
Gordon. All right, Aaron, is there anything else we really need to go over right now before we?
I guess my only real question is, everyone okay with the 2,500 for elected officials and then the fuel stuff? Because if you are, then we can go ahead and, we'll have to publish that in the newspaper. And then you all, if it's off next court.
Still vote on it, but that's,
Yeah,
that's what Aaron's gonna propose. We put in place.
everyone's gonna do it 5 and there's, fuel, so we can then get that.
Everybody not good? Okay, let's post it and then we'll vote on the floor.
And hopefully, we need access to real close on rates, so where we should any day get that settled and not be good top numbers for.
Okay, and Samantha had sent out requests for facilities.
She's got that.
You got around 30 pages.
Yeah, she sent it out.
I was reading through it, some of it is
Okay.
not capital projects.
Yeah.
Some of it's not, so we're gonna clean that up.
She was gonna be here to talk about it, but her daughter had a doctor's appointment or something. So we'll talk about it next time. Aaron, I thought about this on the way in. Did you include any revenue off 1409 for next year? And the road and bridge side? Okay, $1 million. I think the minimum is $1 million a year. Okay,
Yeah, probably a little more than, but I'll check.
that's fine.
So what's the,
I think it could be. I think the minimum is, I mean,
what's the status of, McLeod Park,
we're good.
the new McLeod building?
We're good. We're ready to sell it. The
So have
paperwork's
have we
been
passed,
done.
have we passed all the federal?
Yes, U.S. Fish and Wildlife. I signed it last week, where we agreed to move that designation over to the land that's City of Mont Belvieu's.
So then we can get started with that money. We can go in and get started on the, Chambers Parkway, ball fields.
Can we get the money? Brandon Mark's working with, their attorney, enterprise attorney on the sale. So yeah, we should be really close to getting that done.
Okay.
So I don't know why we can't start planning.
So we got 2 facilities that I know are current. We need maybe more, but at least 2. We got the west side building, the Chambers Parkway Community Building. And then we got the tax office, Mont Belvieu.
Those are 2 that we've got to find money for next year.
Yeah, we've definitely got to find money.
And most of that, between the ball fields and that building, the 9.5 should cover most of it.
The tax office over there, have we come to a conclusion on what we're building, 2,500 or 10,000 or what? I mean.
Yeah, Al's got that number on. I don't remember what that number is.
I mean, are we going to build this facility here in Anahuac, the 25,000 square foot warehouse with the office space in the front? I thought we was doing that.
Didn't we approve that for this year?
Yeah, but I think, aren't y'all doing a facilities plan or study for that area?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that,
Yeah, Mike was working on one that I knew of, Leslie, and I don't know who else is working on one. He was told the other day on Airport Road out there, he was working on.
Sam's working on, a facilities plan for the whole airport road.
But I'm just.
Sam and Mike.
Okay, what I'm getting to, we're building that and we're doing a 2-story, which is 10,000 square feet of office space, and we're moving Ryan and them in there. What are we needing such a big building on the west side for?
2/3 of the population.
Or
I'd say that-
the tax office area?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, 10,000 square foot, I mean, that's-
upstairs is gonna be the health services. So. The
On
second
bottom
floor,
floors.
what health services we moving over there?
Hmm?
Who's gonna be over there?
that's Mary Beth.
Okay, I'm just saying, everybody, majority of people that go there come to this office over here.
Right.
They're getting paid to do it on time, to come over here to this office, so they're not losing any time. I just don't see them, why we're building that big building. And I mean, we can't hardly keep staff now over here to see people. So I mean, where we gonna find staff over there?
I don't know. She's got.
So there's cleaning services, there's public health, and there's 2/3 of the population, so, I mean, it's, and we're not,
Population don't use it, though. I'm talking, the county employee uses it.
we're not talking about wellness.
You're saying the health department, that the 2/3 of the population don't use the health department, the county employees do. Well, I'm getting to.
No, I'm talking about public health, but the shots for schools, school kids and,
Yeah, I get it, but once we build that building, we're gonna have space in the existing building, right? That they can go.
that's gonna be taken over by district clerk, county clerk.
You got me confused now, right? What are we doing for the school kids and people that,
Immunization. What we're doing right now, like,
okay, immunization.
yeah,
I'm just curious. I
We,
didn't-
she wants to expand the WIC services over there. Or extend them rather.
yeah, I expand with, it's. Of course, COVID shots still going on, not like it was, but. Anyway, that was just.
Okay,
Well, we need office space, there is no doubt. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We definitely need office.
so we're not building a gym, nothing, right?
No,
Okay. What?
unless Tommy wants one.
Let's.
Don't look like I want a gym.
Where's the cookies at?
Jimmy, we
Yeah.
gotta remember, we gotta drive over there.
Put a water burger in there.
Let's talk about pretrial release for just a second.
Pretrial release, go ahead.
You know, on her expansion of her office building. Looked at it and I went over and visited with her and there was one design that I really liked. But I got cornered by Judge McDonald. And he don't think pretrial release needs to be in that same building as the probation, adult probation. And he feels they really need to be separated. And he said adult probation really needs to expand into that space. So subject came up about there may be some room upstairs in the 3rd floor here.
Yeah, I've talked to Marissa about that. There could be, I told her to give it Cheryl, that we designated that for Cheryl. And if she doesn't need it, if it's part she doesn't need, then take it over. I mean, pretrial services is basically probation, so it
No,
works good together.
I understand.
Okay,
And we discussed that a little bit, but anyhow,
and there's people, yeah, they're tight, but they all look at my office.
right, I know. Me and
They're tight.
Marissa, you know, Marissa had mentioned the space up here to me, you know, during the conversation. And if it's available, she does need to be here around the courthouse, real close to the judicial system.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Which is like probation, they have to go to court here, they go over there to probation. They leave the jail, they go to pretrial services.
And she monitors all the ankle bracelets and all that stuff that they don't wear. So,
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I see no problem with it. But if there's going to be a conflict of her being in that building and it getting moved, if we can avoid it and go up here,
There may be some conflict.
I don't know.
But it's working, it's our building. So we pay those salaries.
Well, we just need to figure out what we're going to do as part of this budget cycle.
What did, are we doing the library in the P3? What are we doing with that?
That's the plan,
Okay, what about the land? Just
P3. Unless we find someone decide to get it for you.
okay.
I mean, we've been talking in Wagner, but
Okay. They sent me a sketch of their deal yesterday,
I saw that.
and I mean, we need to, I mean, they're looking at doing that school over there, Judge, and we need to look at that road. We're gonna have to build a turn lane in and some other stuff over there, so we got to look at that as well.
That's new Anahuac school.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of roads, have we had any more conversations with TxDOT about the road we need to close down?
Boyston,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, and Jeff with HOK just sent us the Hidalgo County contact. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
That we're doing, and he sends that contact for Corey to contact them. Figure out how they go through the process to get it done.
how they got it done.
So don't reinvest with them.
I think the school would want to sit down and meet with the road bridge and us, what the email said yesterday evening, to look at what it is. I don't know what the cost is gonna be on that.
Well, if that's where we're gonna move our library,
Yeah, no, I don't have, that. I just need to, we need to have that number so we can budget it or get the money from somewhere.
So are we expecting our lease payments for the new facility to be somewhat similar to what we would have been paying in a bond payments?
was it similar or less?
Well, I never got that number for what lease payment would be for that. My computer notes, all right, but the last scenario with Gilly for $100 million on, I think it was about 7 million for like 30 years, I think. That was like but this was a few years ago. So
And I think the P3 was the same thing, 7 million a year at least.
So Fort Bend,
Going up now.
Yeah,
Billy, Fort Bend did 100 million for their facility and P3, and they're right at 7 million a year on their lease payment. That was last
It's gonna
year.
be very simple.
Yes, sir. That was last year. If you stay with $100 million cap. Yes, sir.
For how long? would
That's who we, that's who we emulate. Yeah.
have that including maintenance and all that stuff too, does you want?
that 7 million is including
I
maintenance.
think it is, Judge.
No, I mean,
I can double check, but I think it
initially
is.
discussing it.
Yeah.
7 million did include maintenance.
Yeah. I think
Now, whether we go that route or not, there's a lot of discussion about that too.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have options in the P3 in RQs. Do you do maintenance, do you not do maintenance, do you do maintenance yourself?
What have we decided on beds? Number,
324, I think is the last.
324 and
expand or what?
expanded
Another
by
48?
70,
70.
conditional
We got room
70.
to, we got room to expand the courthouse. And room to expand the jail.
Okay, so that puts us, okay, just speculating, that puts us out how many years? Till we hit that number, we would need to expand, you think?
Oh. We discussed it. I think it's like 20,
Okay.
30 maybe.
I don't know.
I'll give you a better answer in 2024.
Yeah. One of the things we discussed yesterday in our meeting with the sheriff in telemedical is the possibility of turning that women's facility into a juvenile facility.
I think it'd be a good
Yeah,
idea.
the sheriff mentioned that.
I think it's something we really need to look at.
Yeah, he said the way the laws are changing, that would definitely be a possibility.
And I think the way it's being built, everything is, it can withstand it.
Yeah, he thinks the state, maybe there's talk about state dumping juvenile justice on the counties. They'll do away with their
But no, they don't.
detention centers.
So well,
You think they would do this?
so they want all the money. They're gonna need all the money that's out there and distributed to manage the administrate the program.
So how many bid packages went out on that? The women's jail?
We had 8 different contractors at the pre-bid. There was a good showing.
Good interest.
They're all worried about pricing. Everybody is, everybody.
But you also said that they're looking at tackling 30% or 40.
That was what they asked about the
Contingency, they asked
retainage.
for contingency.
Yeah,
Continues.
We didn't give them a definitive number, and I think what the sheriff said yesterday is preferred already withdrew. So preferred industries.
which is one of the local
One of the
vendors that
local
was gonna
Yeah.
bid, yeah.
That was a little bit above their skill set.
Yeah, and they're a new company too.
Hmm?
They're being a new company. yes.
Well, they're in industrial construction.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And Billy, a lot of it's just phone calls and emails, but there's a lot of interest in our P3 where I didn't have it the first time when I put the first RFQ out.
That's good.
Okay, and they know what we're doing. They know about the HOK. They're asking the questions, wanting to know, hey, we want to make sure, send it to us when it comes out. Okay, just again, we're working on it.
Good.
But the difference is we got an advisor now. We've gone AI, we're contacting them a lot. We're working with HOK on it.
And they
We
choke.
can discuss putting something out. Yeah, we've leaned on them a lot. The P3.
I know, just a little nervous when that clock's ticking.
And
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, what else? Okay, so we'll get together and go through what we started yesterday, and by next Tuesday, we should have, or we didn't get it to you beforehand, some proposed cuts and finalized numbers as far as the revenue side. Then we can beat it up next Tuesday.
Sound like a winner.
All right, nothing else up here? Anything, ladies? I was talking to George. Now, the car, we are adjourned.